in Stokeswood Primary School in Leicester, where parents, pupils and teachers, like many others across England, are anxiously waiting to hear what the Prime Minister says. We are expecting, as Kate was saying, the Prime Minister's announcement this afternoon, 3:30. We'll bring to you live here on Sky News, expecting to announce that schools will open on March the 8th. Huge relief to many families who've been struggling to cope with home learning for months. Here at this primary school, very close to the local hospital, there are lots and lots of key workers who've been coming in here. Their children have been coming in here throughout the lockdown. So the school is running. About 100 or so pupils, all in all, across the whole school cohort, have been coming in for some lessons, but of course a huge number also homeschooling. I'm joined by Year 2 teacher, Milena Ciftci. Milena, lovely to talk to you today. Year 2s are little, aren't they? How challenging is it trying to teach some in the class and some online at the same time?
It appeared quite tricky, especially initially, but then we came up with an idea of streaming live. So we managed to have our Zoom lessons delivered to pupils daily. They get to see all the pupils in class, and children in school get to see the friends at home. And we teach our literacy, maths and phonics and other lessons as well. So they all feel like they are together. And that feeling of friendship and relationships has not been completely diminished. So that meant a lot to them, to be able to see each other every day.
And that's really important, isn't it? Because we spoke an hour ago, I spoke to a group of youngsters from all different age groups across the school, and being lonely and missing their friends was the main thing they all said.
That was the biggest challenge for us as well, knowing that there are so many vulnerable pupils at home and families, and yet we are here. We didn't want to just lock ourselves in the building thinking we're providing the education just for the children here. We wanted to make that time and effort to ensure that families and children get the support they really need at home. So that was a massive difference in comparison to the first lockdown last year.
And what would work best for you, do you think, that, if the Prime Minister says all children have to come back on the same date? Do you think that's the best plan, or would you like to see it phased in dribs and drabs?
I think it's a very personal matter of opinion as well. We are all very happy of having all the children back in. We're counting down with the class. It's 9 more school days and so many sleeps. We are very enthusiastic and not really that anxious at this stage. We just want children to taste a bit of normality. To have that support and see their friends, see the teachers, give a little bit of relief to the parents and families at home. I think, and I know they need it, because we Zoom with them, we know what parents are saying and how much they really miss and they need the school.
Do you think the children will be able to catch up over the course of the next year? Because their learning won't have been at the same pace as you would have liked it to have been, I'm sure, in the classroom.
I know it depends probably on schools. For us, it might be different. Like I said, we have been Zooming daily. They've got the live lessons. They've got homework and resources delivered weekly as well. So at the moment, we have not stopped teaching. Children have been receiving their contact with the teachers. We've been marking the homework, saving it all, giving them lovely feedback. So I would hope that this won't be as a big challenge as it was in the first lockdown.
One of the lovely things about primary schools, and it's great being in this one today, is of course all the joyous things that little children do, the end of term assemblies, the projects on the walls, the Christmas events. It's been hard for them missing out all of that over the year, hasn't it? Because it's not the sort of nuts and bolts of education, but it's so important.
Absolutely, I agree with you. And it has been very different since last year. But with our head teacher, we've had lots of other projects that are still doable during this difficult time. We still have our weekly assemblies, and that just happens online. So we get to see the head teacher speaking and encouraging all the pupils every Friday. We have not had a mass production for Christmas, but each class produced a little concert or a little play. We recorded that, filmed, and we shared that with the parents and other classes as well. So we still try to give everybody hope at home and keep all the children and staff going.